Okay, I think we are up. I've got a flashing light here, and we've been having some other little technical challenges this morning. So thank you for waiting. If you were logged in waiting, I am so sorry that we are a little late coming on, but I wanted just share actually a few things this morning. This is Mix It Up Monday. If you're new here, I'm Donna, and I am a mixed media artist, and I am determined in life to help others create. If anyone who's on, if you can let me know if you can hear me, that would be amazing. Um, and we're going to talk a little bit about components today. I hope that's okay with you. Hope that sounds like something you would like to hear about. Um, It says here, I know the mic is muted here, so I think I'm talking in here. If someone can give me a little thumbs up emoji or something to let me know if you can hear me, that would be amazing. Um, I'm just going to keep rolling. I don't have a confirmation yet, but I see a couple people on. If you can't hear me, maybe I guess you can't give me a thumbs up because you don't know I'm asking for a thumbs up. And you're probably looking at the lights flashing and knowing that things are um, not going as planned. But this is our newest design we're releasing today. And so we're going to play around with this. This is a different background. Every month I release a new design. And this is the finished one we're going to work on today. And I'm going to do it in real time for you guys. So we were going to talk about components, and to me, this is a good example of components and things that we use to make mixed media from. So I have these amazing old vintage boxes, and I cut out I cut them out to create a tree. And in this one, I think we're gonna use different elements. I actually may use, I think it'd be kind of fun to use one that has all the same, just to see, just for giggles, as I like to say. I would love to know if you can hear me, if anyone can give me a thumbs up that I'm not just flashing and giving anybody this light. I feel like I might have to, I can't turn it off. We won't be able to see. But anyway, I apologize for the flashing lights. And we probably will, with our technical difficulties, cut this one a little short. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about components and layout and answer any questions you might have. We painted this background last week. And if you want to catch that video, it is on YouTube and Facebook. And I wanted to just kind of play around with some tree shapes. And I kind of like the idea of keeping this one all the same. I also like the idea of incorporating other papers. The design of the month is going to include templates with these fun little box top replications, but you can also incorporate other scrapbook paper and build it with other things. And to me, this is what we call components. And one of the things I really think about a lot is trying to help folks understand what we do in mixed media headquarters. And there's a lot of ways to make mixed media. And I think when people hear mixed media, they don't really know for sure which one, what kind of mixed media I mean. Let me try to get, there we go. I'm gonna get you guys a little closer to the canvas. I hope that helps for it to be a little bit bigger. But in what the way we do mixed media is a little different, and our goal, we definitely play with all the fun stuff like the distressing inks and you know, alcohol inks, all the fun stuff. We do all of that on occasion. But the Design of the Month Club, the focus is to get you to be creative and give you something to do. A point of departure is what I like to say, because sometimes we want to create, we just don't know where to start. And that's just the way, I mean, we all need points of inspiration. I myself go to Pinterest frequently to get ideas, and I'm so glad other people like to share their ideas just like I do. So we can all inspire each other to create. And so the way we do mixed media and mixed media headquarters is really just kind of like just a tiny little, we just take like the kind of typical sort of paint party. I don't mean to say typical, because paint parties are probably all different. People do them differently. And since I zoomed in, that's kind of a weird angle, isn't it, to see the side of my face? But we like to just take it a little step further, and adding mixed media is what we do. So it's really more like a simpler word that doesn't sound too technical would be collage. Or really assemblage is what we do, because we add paper elements that are part of the design. That's part of the design, is the template that we give you. And then we add all the other fun extra little ephemeral treasures. And I'm thinking, if you're watching this video, you probably have your own little collection of little treasures that you've been just waiting to use in the right special card. Or, oh my gosh, this light is driving me crazy. I hope it's not too distressing for you guys. I hope you'll hang with me. I appreciate those of you that are on. And I hope you can hear me and you're not just able to only watch me. I still don't know if you hear me, but I'm just gonna keep rolling because I'm here for it. But the idea is to just give you a guide, I like to call it a point of departure, because all of our designs are so flexible and they're very, very simple. So they're super beginner friendly, but they're also, a more experienced, or, not necessarily more experience, but someone who has a different idea about how they want their design to look. There's lots of ways to change it. So you may not like exactly the way that I put it together, but you can put it together however you want to. You can use the elements that you love, and hopefully my design will just help facilitate that, help you get going, help you give you the motivation and the confidence to sit down and get working. That's the goal. And that's really what the Mixed Media Headquarters is all about. So, if you want to be like the Design of the Month Club is here for you. And the cool thing about the Design of the Month Club is that you get to, the templates are delivered to your email inbox, and you can, immediately start using them, creating. But we're also just here for you in general, doing Mix Up Mondays and things like that, just showing you different ways to get creative. And normally I haven't worked out the top of this tree, and then it's before I started gluing down, because I do like to keep things rolling for you guys. I am teaching this design locally a couple of times over the holidays, but you can also do it in the Design of the Month Club and have the templates delivered to your inbox. if you're not here on the Outer Banks. I like to say, if you're lucky enough to create at the beach, you're lucky enough, right? Let's see. Any questions you guys have? You can just pop them in the comments or the chat, I guess. Is it a chat? I don't know technically if we're calling it a chat or the comments, but I'm happy to answer them. And this is a little lopsided, and I'm just using a decoupage technique. So this is like step 2 of how we do things in mixed media headquarters. We do the background first, and then we add our design or paper, our main design paper elements. And I've got some really thick Mod Podge here too. That's not my favorite one to use. I think I might have made that even more crooked. What do you guys think? And I'm normally not, I'm normally very asymmetrical. I like asymmetrical things. That's my aesthetic. But this is trees. Christmas trees are pretty symmetrical, and usually they're depicted that way anyway. They're not perfectly symmetrical in nature, but they're usually depicted that way. And then I have a little star template that comes with the template. And this is actually released today for my current members. They always get the December design a little early because I want them to have a chance to, create before. I'm gonna cut this I'm gonna cut this star out here. You guys probably don't need to watch me do that, but I'll try to do it here in front of you. I like to give I always release the December design a little early because it's never too early to start your holiday making. And I just think it's fun to get it early. So we always do that every year. And our November design is also always a holiday design. And so starting next week, if you want to know what to expect next week when we get together, this is a very wonky star, but I like wonky. And I'm probably going to take this and put it behind another piece of paper. I had my red glitter paper here before I started moving things around this morning. Oh, here it is. I actually went to Michael's recently and I got some green glitter paper. I don't know which is the best way to show it to you. Oh my gosh, I really am going to try to improve my lighting and filming setup for you guys because I so appreciate you hanging with me, even though I haven't done so yet. But, we're just getting started, trying to be here for you on Mondays. But what I do is like some people would trace this, but I'm a little bit, my patience for doing things right is not always on the scale of, I like to do things quick. So sometimes that's probably why I became okay with wonky and asymmetrical, because that's what I always ended up with. So because of the way I roll. But I'm just gonna, this is what I very often do with the template, is I just hold it in place and cut it out like so. But you could definitely trace it or draw it out and be more precise. And in the design of the month template, there is a star drawn out that you can easily trace. You might want to put something different at the top of your tree. Like you could maybe find you might have some kind of little ephemeral card remnant or something of an angel or something like that. You could always add something really special like that to it. but the versatility is always a big thing. Like you get to design, you get to finish it out the way you want. So I think I like that. And so in the coming weeks, I started to tell you what to expect next week. If you're still with me with this crazy light and possibly no sound. So in the coming weeks, we are going to be exploring components in a different way. So this is a component. This is like step 2 of our creative process, the way we do things in Mixed Media headquarters. Most of the time, we explore a lot of other things as well. But this is kind of the gist. The main thing is we have the template, and then the other cool part, and I'll come up with some kind of trunk solution here to just ground this so my tree's not floating in the air. And I might do, I might change that up actually. And, I've done all the same box, but I might add a little interest by just doing the glitter paper that I used at the top, bring it down to the bottom. I think I will do that actually. And the idea is to keep things super simple and things that you can do in bite-sized chunks of time, because we don't have a lot of time, right? Nobody does. I don't know many people who just, I've yet to meet someone in this century that says, I have so much time on my hands. So the idea is to keep it simple and in bite-sized chunks so you can get things done easily and efficiently. Oh, here we go. And then the fun part is adding all of these little details. Like this is from a different design template, these holly leaves, but surely you can get some of those to cut out, and just adding the little trim pieces and just kind of sparkling it up. But you can also, like this one, all I did was put my paint here with just a little of this metallic dimensional paint. So there's just a couple different ways to finish it out, and there's always many, many ways. I could make 100 of these and they would all look different. Even if I did the same combination, they would come out a little different. And I really love that about completing these designs, is there's lots of ways to do it and it stays fun and easy, and that's the goal. And so we're going to explore some other templates coming up. So this was November design, Peaches and Pears, and that's still available. And so we're going to take some of those elements and we're going to explore doing some different things with different elements from some of our designs. Usually we mix the background and the template, and we're going to change it up through the holidays because we're going to make some fun, more holiday type things. These are in our holiday bundle, but we'll be doing stuff similar to this in the coming weeks, and more. I have a couple other little plans up my sleeve, so I hope you'll keep joining us on Monday, and I hope there was audio, and I hope we'll edit. We edit and create mixed media notation, so you can watch just the design and listen to music, so you don't have to listen to me rattle on, and you can just create. We hope you'll check that out. And then the Design of the Month Club. Those are two of the other ways that we come to you regularly to help you stay motivated and create. So watching on YouTube, or follow us on Facebook if you're watching there. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you so much for showing up and watching, and have a great creative week.